Hey guys, Sterling here, Sterling Miller from Star777. As you can see, I'm wearing the same clothes as I was in the Flip Ultra review, but that's just what I do. I have time to do Spore, which is a game, as you may have known. If you're probably checking out this video, you probably already know it's a game from Macro PC made by Maxis and EA. So I'm not gonna really show you any footage of the video. I mean of the game, so you could just go onto a website and really see that. I'm just gonna give you straight up, face to face, my review on Spore. Now, the news kind of going around is that Spore had a lot of hype and it became kind of a disappointment when when you played it. Um, I find this to be really true in this game. As you may know, it probably has about the same graphics. If you have a PC that's maybe older, if as long as your PC can run Sims 2 relatively fine, it's gonna be older on Spore just as well. It is a little bit graphics heavy program, but the settings can be adjusted, fairly leniently to be able to accommodate older PCs and Macs. Um, so let's just get into the stages and stuff. So at the beginning, you have the little I don't know, like when you're uh, not the cell stage. Cell stage. That's what I meant to say. The cell stage. It's really fun to play. That's kind of like it's basically like an advanced version of Pac-Man, which is what a lot of people have been saying. It's great. It's fun. You really have a lot of customization options with your cell, and it really goes by fast. About 20 minutes if you're really trying to just play through it thoroughly, which is a lot of people do because they want to get to creature stage. So when you go to creature stage, you become a land-dwelling beast, and you can be a herbivore, herbivore, or a carnivore, or an omnivore. So that's kind of up to you. Customization is just through the roof in terms of, and they did this. Maxis did this with Sims, and Will Wright is just a genius in terms of really letting the players create what they want. And with Civilization and SimCity, he just knows his stuff, and he really knows what players want to do with their things, with their characters. There's really no limits. There really isn't, unless there really isn't. So then you kind of go around. Now this is when the game kind of gets boring, in my opinion. You just kind of walk around, and you have to, you know your group of your species more, and you just kind of roam around and eat and maybe attack and interact with a couple other creatures. But basically, it's pretty boring. It kind of looks like, I don't know, like it's almost incomplete. It's like, oh, this is a prototype, and this is what they should have pitched to us 2 years ago. Only it never got better. So that's just something to note. Then you go into tribal stage, which is tribal stage is like a really dumb version of, or dumbed down version of just a normal real time strategy game. So, but at the same time, it really holds a lot of charm. So it's really fun to play. Tribal stage is really a lot more fun than creature stage, and creature stage is probably the one of the most boring stages in Spore. So just something to note. It doesn't take long to complete, but it's just it's kind of, oh, you're so excited in your cell, and then when you move down to future stage, it's just like someone smacked you in the face and said, "Hold up, we're not." It's not that fun. So that's kind of a problem. And then tribal stage gets really fun, and then you move on to civilization stage. Now civilization stage is nowhere near how good it could have been with the help of maybe some other, I don't know. EA knows what they're doing. They've made some really great games. I love Need for Speed, on the consoles. I mean, they're a worldwide, world-renowned company for their games. They're big, but they know what they're doing, so I'll give them credit. And Maxis is under EA, so. But, after Tribal Stage, which is when you just go around and maybe you conquer a couple tribes next to you, and, it plays out like a real-time strategy game. You really don't need to go into that. You go into Civilization Stage, where you have to, manage economies or be a military kind of civilization, or you can either be religious civilization. So civilization stage is, it's kind of more hectic because the whole globe is now involved, and you can either be enemies or friends with people depending on what you choose. So it was a great idea, but it's too much. I mean, you can't have a game like Spore and have each stage be as deep as a normal game would just be focused on that one stage. So for instance, the creature stage could be really deep, but it'd only be called creature. So it's kind of hard, but I don't know. I think that EA and Maxis could have done more to just buff up the whole game in terms of each stage and what it contributes to the next. Um, so yeah, the interface is really weird. It's interesting on Civilization stage. You feel like you have control, but at the same time you don't. So for instance, you can be in your Civilization stage, and things can just go downhill fast. Like enemies are attacking, you can't find resources. It's just poof, just falls through, and you really don't know what happened. That's what happened with me when I first started. And I'm a gamer, so I know what I'm doing, and I just whoosh, just I was getting attacked. Cities were getting destroyed that were mine, and it's really random. And then when you make a new creature and you're in civilization stage, or when you start from civilization stage on a different game, everything can go fine. Your neighbors like you, so it's kind of random, and I like that in some, but at the same time I hate it because I don't think I should be able to. I should have to have to struggle more just because the creatures I was thrown on the globe with are really retarded and PMSing all the time. So I don't know. So the game it kind of struggles, and that needs to balance it out more. I think that the the computer is very advanced in terms of the creature stage, but in terms of creature editing, I mean, sorry. But in terms of just throwing the game together, it's kind of like picking out of a hat, really. The computer's not smart. It's just like, oh, let's just see what this will do, and it really doesn't, do anything for you. So, Civilization Stage is fun, although it can get a bit tedious sometimes. But it also loses basically all the charm that Creature and Tribal Stage had and made those stages bearable. So I know I'm being kind of harsh on Spore, but I mean, come on, with all this hype, you really need to deliver on a game, and I'm just gonna give it straight up, no bull. Like this is how it is. So I don't want to say I hate the game, but as you may have seen my other reviews, I really always go like this. I just juggle them, and I kind of let you guys decide. So that's just if you want to pick it up, you can. Or so moving on to space stage. Space stage is really interesting. You gotta make a spaceship as well as in civilization stage. You gotta make buildings and cars and ships and blah blah blah. You probably already know that, but I don't know. It's just space stage really doesn't seem to have a point because when you go to other planets and you have missions and stuff, and you can be a diplomat or you can be militaristic or you can get people to convert to your religion. It's just by the time you get to space stage, you're kind of just bored out of your mind, really, because I don't know, because you basically go back down and do what you just did. So, I don't know. It's frustrating because a game could have been so great, and now that you ruined it, I don't want to say ruined it. Now that you stunted how well it could have been, you basically destroy the idea completely. Unless unless EA can come out with an expansion pack, which they probably will, because I mean, look at Sims 2 and Sims, they have tons of expansion packs. That really, really fixes the problem of not having deep. If the game was deeper in terms of being able to really get involved with the creature and really be able to do whatever you wanted with it in terms of once it's in the game after creating it, then we really might have an award-winning game here. But unless EA and Maxis really hear our call, which is they seem to have not been hearing it because they just released that extra parts pack. I mean, like, what the hell is that? I'm not gonna do anything with that. So it's hard, and I don't know. It's just frustrating, but at the same time, it's a good game. I mean, it's probably the most charming game I've ever played, so it should be credited towards that. And that's just how it is. So overall, the game, each stage is in itself lacking depth. As a whole together, it's an okay game. I wouldn't say great. It was probably the biggest letdown of 2008. I totally agree with that. If who knows? Maybe EA and Maxis will just pull some expansion pack out of thin air, and it'll be a great game once again. It could happen. I mean, I'm just saying. But if you really want to go pick up Spore, and you really want to do it, and you really want to play it, and you just can't not imagine life without it, then go pick up Spore. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna say don't pick it up, because that's just stupid. If you have the money, go spend the $50 or however much it is. But if you're really looking for the next big game and you are starting to hear that it's not that good and maybe you're just not that excited to begin with, don't pick this thing up. I mean, you can, go play WoW, go play Warcraft, go play StarCraft, go play Civilization. I don't even care. Go play whatever you play. I mean, if you like first-person shooters, go on your consoles, do something. Spore is not the game for you. If you like Sims, Spore may be the game for you, although it's different. It's still a little bit different. So, yeah, I still love Sims 2, and I hope EA and Max is going to revive themselves with Sim 3. It's going to be great. So that's my review on Spore, you guys. It's either take it or leave it. I threw it up in the air. I pros and cons, and that's how it is, and you guys go decide. So thanks for watching my reviews, and check out my other reviews. I got tech, games. I'm new to YouTube, so just help me out here. Be sure to rate, subscribe, comment. You can say whatever you want. You can insult me. I don't care. I need to know. I want to know input. I'm a really kind of like everyone's opinion matters, and it really does. So just hit me up whenever you want. Okay, bye.